here we are, Dever Stage, Monday, the 14th of April, 2025. I think that date's right. Just gonna do a little video here of what's going on the stage. This is unrehearsed, first of all, and second, while I'm improvising here, I'm just trying to get a sense of how big this particular project was and how many components and personnel it took to make all of this happen. For instance, just over here, just on this little corner of the stage, we have scenery and lights. Scenery had to be custom built, has to be custom designed, built, and painted. There are some lights. I'm gonna pan up here to show the Torm towers and all the instruments that were put on them. Here's a huge tree that's about 18 feet tall. Here's some other pieces of scenery. Here are some draperies and flags that had to be custom built and hung. We had to take off our main act curtain to use the rigging that existed. Here's where another big component goes. Here's the band. The band takes up this entire upper platform. Takes up the entire upper platform, and yet there's still room for actors to make their way up a set of stairs, cautiously make their way across, and down another set of stairs in the wings. This is the Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's house. Here's the back part. The back part has a drape, which hopefully goes up and down. Hopefully they had better luck with that last night. I had originally rigged it up with smaller rope called tie line. But look, it has come up with a friend here. This does not need to be a part of the set. I'll put that over there. Props. Oh, look at this stuff. That's right. Look at these things. These are custom built properties. Well, doesn't that look delicious? But if you try to eat it, you'll get sick. It's just for show. All right? They look great. All this stuff looks great. Here, look, I'll knock. Nobody's in here, right? What's this dressing room look like? Let's see. The dressing room, where you get ready before you go out on stage. You have to iron your clothes. I never iron my clothes, but they do because they got to look really good. Ooh, they got to put on wigs and makeup. Very cool. Very cool. Beautiful. Components. Look at all these components you need just for the hair. You need bobby pins. That's the technical term, of course. Here's that's the pregnant belly. That's a baby bump. Beautifully organized. They have a crew that takes care of this, a crew of 4 or 5 students, as well as all the student actors who take care of this. Put up a costume chart. It tracks each character when they're on stage. So a costume crew can come look at this and know who's got to be there when and what costume they're supposed to be. And to really help, here's all the costume renderings that were done in order to facilitate how to build these costumes. Put all this stuff up here at the end, and it really creates a sense of how big these things were. Check out here. That's the storage room. Here's components that we didn't need, but might have. We're gonna go up the stairs to our second dressing room. Here's an emergency sewing area. Oh my God, there's not even a seat. I hope somebody sits down while they just do that. Here's another dressing room. Nice and spacious. Organized rack. Organized shoes. Here's some more wigs. More wigs. Here is, oh, they do a makeup workshop. Here's paperwork on that the costume designer leaves behind, so that they remember how to create all the makeup. Brings character to life. That's what we're doing here. Bringing characters to life. Characters get changed behind here. This is the glamour side of it. Backstage side. This isn't even backstage. This is beyond backstage. This is beyond the dressing room. Each dressing room has its own ironing board, its own set of amenities. Let's leave a note. All right. We're gonna go up here before we head back down to the stage. I haven't even shown you anything yet. You haven't seen anything till you've come up here to the catwalk. The catwalk has those positions, these follow spot positions. A student operator uses this light. They don't turn it on. It turns on for them. And they just have to follow an actor as they move on stage. Now, they've been practicing this for the past week or week and a half even. So every time they do it, they get a better sense of where that actor is going to move. This is the backstage, but it really says maybe you know this already. Back of a house. See, this is wrong because the back of the house would actually be where the booth is, like that way, back of the house. This is not the back of house. This is back stage. Now I want to do something clever and actually like paint something up so it matches. Hey, I'm gonna nix that. Everything that we don't need is in pushback. And that's part of the art of all this, right? Is to get the stuff you need out when you need it and to make all the other stuff disappear. Like, I love walking backstage because you can really see how all this stuff came together. You know, from one end, it just looks like wood and fabric and equipment. Well, it looks like it has some kind of purpose, but it also looks very chaotic. Place. So, as we come out on stage, finish this tour, don't forget there are speakers and sets and costumes and instruments and cables that are real, cables that are fake back there. Here is how each actor must get into their body microphones. When you talk about like components, right? The sound is literally unseen, the unseen work that goes into the sound and how to make the sound, how to make the instruments blend with the voices, how to make the effects come across the way they're intended. This all requires, this sort of equipment requires operating board, requires laptops, requires receivers, microphones, a place to put your script so you can read and follow along. And finally, so to be clear, you know, the sound person sits out here in the house where the audience sits. because they need to hear what the audience is hearing to get it right. But in here, where our light board operator and stage manager sit, they'll close the windows and keep it quiet so that the stage manager can call all the cues and do all the talking via the headset. This person talks to the light board, to the operators up there who do the follow spots, and to the backstage people, all the way to the dressing room. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Into the Woods, spring 2025, Westfield State University. Dever Stage.